So with the Xbox Scorpio coming out later this year, we're getting a lot of articles about it. We're getting a lot of articles about it praising its hardcore specs, its 12 gigabyte RAM, the graphics capabilities, and everything else that's going on with the game. We're just getting so much positive hype. And honestly, the Xbox brand needs this positive hype, and it really needs the Scorpio to be a success, or else they're going to be in trouble. But one of the things that caught my eye, which was very funny, is that I was reading an article, which I'll have the article, linked down in the description. But I was reading an article, and it's about, Expeditions Viking, and they pretty much asked the developers, with the Xbox Scorpio's, beefy hardware, would a game come to the Xbox Scorpio? And this is a direct quote. And the guy says, the big problem with consoles for a game like Viking is the interface more than the hardware. Weaver said, the UI is designed from the bottom up for mouse and keyboard, and it'll be a lot of work to redesign and reprogram the whole interface to work with a gamepad. We have certainly talked about it, though, and again, we can't rule anything out. Now, it's very interesting because of the fact that the Elder Scrolls Online actually had a similar problem, but in the opposite format, which is where their actually UI was really converted in keyboard and mouse. And when they finally got gamepad support, it was very hard for them to change the UI to make it fit gamepad friendly for the people that wanted to play with an actually controller. But I'm pretty sure when there's a will, there's a way. And if there's money involved in the game, and if the game continues to be a success, which I think it will be, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a console port of it very soon. But one of the things he says, which really catches my eye, which really does catch my eye, is the fact they asked him, would the Xbox Scorpio's 12 gigabyte of RAM impact PC's gaming requirements in the future? And he, from quote unquote, I'm trying to paraphrase it, but he essentially says yes. Now, in my opinion, I think he's dead wrong. I think he's seriously dead wrong for the fact that one thing, this is the only thing I see that he is dead wrong is the fact that, okay, the reason why the Xbox Scorpio has 12 gigabytes of RAM, if you really look at it, is its graphics card is integrated with the hardware. It has an integrated graphics card. The graphics card is not dedicated graphics card. So it's going to be using the Xbox Scorpio RAM. Thus, the reason why it has 12 gigabyte VRAM. Most likely, 8 or 9 gigs will be used for the console, and maybe 3 to 4 gigs, depending on how they orchestrate it, will be used for the graphics card. Thus, the graphics card will essentially have maybe about 3 gigs or 4 gigs RAM. That is the reason why it has 12 gigabyte RAM. Look at the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, the base models. They each had 8 gigabytes of RAM, but those 8 gigabytes of RAM were broken up into different tasks. And look at the PlayStation 4 Pro, where it had an additional gig of RAM, which made a total of 9 gigs of RAM. The reason why the Xbox Scorpio has 12 gigs of RAM is pretty simple. It needs it for the video card, since it has an integrated video card. Most PC gamers game with a dedicated graphics card, which has its own dedicated VRAM that will tackle textures, tackle the graphical performance, anything to deal with graphics, it will tackle it. And everything else will basically use up the CPU RAM, the actually traditional RAM that's on your computer. And most PC games now, honestly, don't utilize more than 4 gigabytes of regular RAM. I mean, I haven't played a game, maybe Minecraft, and that's because Minecraft has a never ending, evolving, terrain and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't really see games using maybe 4 gigs of RAM. And I don't see that changing in the future. Now I see PC graphics cards changing because they're always evolving and they're always, evolving with the times. So I see graphics card changing, but overall, I don't see PC requirements changing just for the fact of the Xbox Scorpio. No, PC hardware is completely different. Even though the Xbox Scorpio, PlayStation 4 Pro, PlayStation, 4 and Xbox One, Xbox One S, even though they are x86 traditionally based, the hardwares that are involved, even though they're more PC based, the hardwares involved in the gaming console and the hardware involved in the PC are still drastically different. On the consoles, everything is integrated. On a PC, not everything is integrated, which is why I don't see which is why I honestly don't see PC gaming's requirements increase just because of the Project Scorpio. I honestly don't see it. So once again, guys, what do you guys think? Do you think this guy is correct? Do you think he's a crackpot? Do you think this is just him boasting about the Xbox Scorpio to try to increase sales? What do you guys think, guys? Comment below. I really want to hear your opinion, guys. I really want to do because this really caught my attention. And as always, guys, have an awesome day.